What's up everybody, it's your boy Angelo back with another video. Today, we're talking about inflammation, a natural response that can become harmful when chronic. Chronic inflammation increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. The good news, you can control it with your diet. What you eat can either fuel the fire or help put it out. First up, we've got the usual suspect, sugar. Now I'm not saying you need to ditch the sweet stuff entirely, but let's be real. Most of us are having way too much. And all that excess sugar, it's like pouring gasoline on the fire of inflammation. You see, when you eat sugar, your body releases inflammatory messengers called cytokines. And over time, these cytokines can wreak havoc on your body, increasing your risk for everything from heart disease to type 2 diabetes. Plus, sugar is highly addictive, leading to cravings and overeating. So next time you reach for that sugary drink or that donut, remember the hidden cost. Next on our hit list are trans fats, also known as partially hydrogenated oils. These sneaky culprits are often found in processed foods, fried foods, and baked goods. The problem with trans fats is that they're not natural and our bodies don't know how to process them properly. This leads to a buildup of inflammation in the arteries, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, and other chronic conditions. And it's not just your heart that takes a hit. Studies have linked trans fats to a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease, cancer, and even infertility. So, do yourself a favor and read those food labels carefully. Now let's talk about refined carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, and pastries. These foods have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients, leaving behind empty calories that spike your blood sugar levels and promote inflammation. You see, when you eat refined carbs, your body breaks them down quickly, leading to a rapid rise in blood sugar. This triggers your pancreas to release a surge of insulin, which can lead to insulin resistance over time. And insulin resistance is a major driver of inflammation throughout the body. So ditch the white stuff and opt for whole grains like brown rice quinoa and whole wheat bread instead. Chapter 4. Alcohol. More than just a hangover. Look, I enjoy a glass of wine or a cold beer now and then, but it's important to remember that alcohol is essentially a toxin, and when consumed in excess, it can seriously contribute to inflammation. You see, alcohol disrupts the balance of good and bad bacteria in your gut, leading to something called leaky gut syndrome. This allows toxins to leak into your bloodstream, triggering an inflammatory response throughout your body. Plus, excessive alcohol consumption can damage your liver, another major player in regulating inflammation. So moderation is key, my friends. Chapter 5. Processed meats. A recipe for inflammation. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli meats are loaded with salt, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives. All of these contribute to inflammation and increase your risk of chronic diseases. One of the biggest culprits in processed meats is something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. AGEs are formed when proteins or fats are cooked at high temperatures, and they're known to trigger inflammation throughout the body. Plus, processed meats are often high in saturated fat, which can also contribute to inflammation. So, next time you're craving a burger, opt for a leaner, unprocessed protein source. Chapter 6. Omega-6, fatty acids, too much of a good thing. Now don't get me wrong, omega-6 fatty acids are essential for our health. They play a role in brain function, cell growth, and immune response. But here's the thing, most of us are consuming way too many omega-6s, and not enough omega-3s. This imbalance can lead to inflammation and increase your risk of chronic diseases. Many processed foods are loaded with omega-6s, so it's important to be mindful of your intake. Chapter 7. Artificial additives and preservatives. The hidden dangers in your food. Artificial additives and preservatives are found in countless processed foods, from sodas to candy to packaged snacks. These chemicals are designed to extend shelf life and enhance flavor, but they can also wreak havoc on your gut health and promote inflammation. Many artificial additives, such as artificial sweeteners and food dyes, have been linked to gut dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of good and bad bacteria in the gut. This imbalance can lead to inflammation and increase your risk of various health problems, including autoimmune disorders, allergies, and even mental health issues. So stick to whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible. Gluten gets a bad rap these days, and for good reason. It can trigger inflammation in people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Found in wheat, barley, and rye, gluten can damage the small intestine in these individuals. Symptoms include digestive issues, fatigue, joint pain, and skin problems. Even without these conditions, gluten can still cause inflammation in some people. If you have unexplained symptoms, try a gluten-free diet for a few weeks. Dairy products can be a great source of calcium and protein, but they can also be a common trigger for inflammation, especially for those with lactose intolerance or a dairy allergy. Lactose is the sugar found in milk, and people with lactose intolerance have trouble digesting it. This can lead to digestive symptoms like bloating, gas, and diarrhea. But beyond lactose intolerance, some people also experience inflammation from the proteins found in dairy, such as casein and whey. So, if you're noticing digestive issues or other symptoms after consuming dairy, it might be worth experimenting with a dairy-free diet for a while. Look, I'm not here to tell you to give up steak entirely, but it's important to be mindful of your red meat consumption. Red meat, especially when cooked at high temperatures, contains a compound called Nu-5GC. Humans don't naturally produce Nu-5GC, so when we eat it, our bodies can mount an immune response leading to inflammation. Plus, red meat is often high in saturated fat, which, as we discussed earlier, can also contribute to inflammation. So enjoy your steak and burgers in moderation and opt for leaner protein sources more often. So there you have it, the top 10 foods that could be secretly causing inflammation in your body. Remember, chronic inflammation is a serious issue that can lead to a whole host of health problems. But the good news is, you have the power to fight back. By making simple changes to your diet, you can reduce inflammation, improve your overall health, and feel your best. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more health tips. Let us know in the comments which food surprised you the most, and what topics you'd like us to cover next. Stay healthy and see you in the next video.